That's a little better. Just messing with the camera a bit. Trying to avoid the rats out here in the park. I tell myself they're squirrels, but they scurry like rats. I guess there's a difference. So we are at the White House. It's about 8:50 on, what the hell day is it? Wednesday? Thursday? That's Wednesday, right? And let's see what's going on. Interesting. We can't get up to the fence, it looks like. Pennsylvania Avenue has been closed. And we got a few Secret Service bike cops here. Well, maybe we can get up there. Maybe they're just standing on this side of the street. No, it's closed. So they've closed off access. They've closed off access to Pennsylvania Avenue at the moment. And I am out late. It is pretty. So Pennsylvania Avenue access has been shut down. The White House is white, as it is most nights, though sometimes they do decorative things. What happens there at 9 o'clock? Well, we'll find out. Because a lot of people have been telling me at 9 o'clock something's going to happen. So, you know what? I'm here. And if something happens, you'll see it live. Does that sound cool? Why would they shut it down? Because they have some threat, some reason to shut it down. We can go down here. We can see if the Marine's on duty. I don't think so, though. The Marine's only there if the president's in the Oval Office, and it's pretty late, and we can't really see anyway. Hey, thank you for that donation. I don't ask for donations, though. If you do donate money, it just goes to the homeless. I buy them lunch a lot. I hope you don't mind that. Those guys need the money more than me. Whoa, what's up? Whoa. Just tripped a little bit. Well, if someone speaks, we'll be here. It's not really that cold right now. It's actually quite nice. I mean, well, relatively speaking. Yeah. I'm a really, hey, I'm really decked out tonight, though. I've got my Japanese long underwear on from Uniqlo, which I highly recommend. I've got a big Barber jacket on that's really warm. I've got, you don't have to donate, please don't, because I just give it to the homeless. And I'd rather you guys just donate to the homeless in your neighborhood, because I just buy them crap food, you know that. We're on the North Lawn, we could go to the South Lawn. That's a bit of a hike. Chris, there are a lot of people saying something will happen tonight at 9 o'clock, so I'm here to find out. Yeah, I did get here a little early. I was just trying to, because if I stay late, my kids are going to be like, Daddy, put me to bed, read me a story. And I'm just like, guys, you're just trying to avoid sleeping, hiding with your phones and everything. What's happening? Well, Pennsylvania Avenue's been closed. That's what's happening. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tourists and 1 protester. And that's about it. It's pretty chill. There's 3 Secret Service agents, or officers, I should say. Yeah. The EEOB. The EEOB is over there. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a tunnel, but I've never seen it. To be honest, it's kind of strange because most of the time you see the president or vice president just literally walking across the street. In fact, if you guys know Kyle Mazza, who's on Twitter, Kyle Mazza is a guy who does a lot of videos from inside the White House because he has a White House pass. He actually caught the guys walking across from the EEOB today. He tweeted that. I was here at 9:30. The only thing that was going on at 9:30 were people getting arrested. There was a bunch of protesters here getting arrested at 9:30. Oh, there's a helicopter. Sounds like a mussel flight. We'll see, though, because we'll see it buzz over there in the north, splitting the P's. The restricted zones are called P's. There it goes. That looks like a mussel. Mussel, the U.S. Air Force. How often do I go live on YouTube? Not as much as I should. I've gone live twice today. That's pretty extensive. We don't know what's supposed to happen at 9 o'clock. That's why we're here. Hang on a second. Let me just deal with this camera a bit. Ah, that didn't work. Sorry about that. So annoying. So I'm trying out this gimbal, and you know what? It's driving me nuts. A lot of people have been saying that there's going to be something happen at 9 o'clock, though. I don't know what kind of focus. It is kind of focus, isn't it? But you have to understand that we're on a there are bandwidth limitations here. So as much bandwidth as I can get, it all affects what happens. What time is it? 8:57, guys. Mustang Medic is recovering from a bout of illness and has been so for about, 7 weeks or so. Oh, shoot. Sorry about that. So he's been out of pocket. I have not seen Mustang Medic in about a month and a half. I occasionally chat with him on text messages, just checking to make sure he's okay. And I get short little messages saying he's still alive. It is a little chilly right now. I will admit it is a little chilly. I don't know I've never met Richard, citizen journalist. I don't know what happened to him. I've heard story. You guys tell me more about everybody. I don't know all these people. I mean, I've never seen Richard or Nancy Drew. I don't know what they look like. But I know they're out there. She's probably around here, I think. But didn't she cover the helicopter landing last night? So she's probably sleeping. I mean, that was a late night. I have no idea what to expect. But let's find out what time it is. 8:58. I think that's just the camera. It does have a beige tint, but let me zoom into there. There you go. Does that get rid of the beige tint? Yeah. So the dining room is that top right corner on the top second floor right corner is the private kitchen, and then the one next to it is the private dining room, and then the master bedroom is kind of on the other side. Quite a few of them are, Stacy. Yeah, see, if you zoom, it's just limitations of the iPhone. Hey, Michael, how's it going, mate? We had a good time in Sweden. It's actually, the windows aren't blacked out. They just have curtains in them. But I mean, I can see reflections in the windows. Sweden was good. It's actually colder than it is here. So I'm kind of, for the last week, I've been in the cold. And then I came back here and I was like, oh, it's so nice. And then it's gone through. Our sniper's on the roof. I guess so, but I can't really see right now. It's just so dark. And it's not like, I'm sure they see me. Okay, guys, we got one more minute. Yeah. Do I see any action at the White House? No, but I hear a helicopter. There's a helicopter coming. So I hear a helicopter up over that way. Probably a Black Hawk. Whoa, this silly thing always keeps going crazy. I'm just going to physically move this thing. Oh, that's why it's not working. Hang on a second, guys. Oh, so the helicopter is back over there. There he is. Okay, 9 o'clock. Let's see what happens. Whoa, there we go. 9 o'clock, guys. And what's happened? Oh, it all went dark. Oh, no, I just put my hand in front of it. Sorry about that. Psych. Come on, I had to do that. You know I had to do that. How many people are out here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 tourists and three 3 cops. It is beautiful at night. Let's see, maybe we can go up bigger. The east room is over there. That's the east side. We can zoom in. And looks pretty dark. Let's go over on the west side. That's the middle. And then over to the west side. I'm not mean. I just had to have a little fun. Hey, how's it going, Lynn? Welcome to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. But we can't actually get on Pennsylvania Avenue, which is kind of interesting. They won't let us on the street. Where should we go? So there are some tourists here. I don't know. I would have broadcast this morning and everybody was saying 9 o'clock tonight, 9 o'clock tonight. And I don't Kelly, stick around for a bit. I'm kind of hungry. That was the rumor, but I mean, he didn't come out here, and you get ignored. It's not that I'm really not trying to ignore anyone. It's just I've got like the scrolling messages are just like, and it's not really that big. How many rooms? You have bedrooms? I think there's 3 bedrooms. I don't know. There's like 20 or 30 offices in the West Wing, I think. We can go over, so the West Wing is over here on this side. Let me see if I can zoom in towards the West Wing Oval Office side. So that's the entrance to the Oval Office. There's a giant shrubbery in the way. But we can go over and see if the Marine's there, yeah? Oh, big metal things. The lights are, it's very white to the naked eye, but the camera, because of the night vision functions of the thing, it kind of gives it an orangish tint because it's trying to pull in extra light because it's so dark out here. I mean, to me, it's white and the clouds are basically black. But to you guys, you got kind of a hazy view of the clouds, right? And, all right, here we go. Let's see what we got over here. Okay, so there's a squad car, and then we're going to go zoom in. That's the entrance to the Oval Office, and there is no Marine. No Marine. So that means that the president is not in the Oval Office at this time. The Bidens called a lid at about 4:15, I think, which meant they would do no more travel after 4:15 or so. And then Kyle told me he saw the vice president's motorcade about 6:30 or so. 132 rooms. Wow, I didn't know there was that many rooms. 6 bedrooms, 6 levels. Yeah, there's a lot in the basement. This thing's really annoying me. I still haven't figured out all the functions on this this new Osmo thing. There we go. No, the news crews are over there. It's dark. So, like, that's Pebble Beach. The Pebble Beach is where the news crews are. And, like, look at that. This is just dark. There's, like, no news crew. There's a couple lights down there, a couple crews down there, I think. But basically, there's nobody working in the media tents tonight. I'm really bummed they're not letting us out on the street, though. The window, the first lady's, the bedroom is on the other side. It faces the south. We're on the north front of the White House, so they're on the south. It's not that cold. I mean, honestly, it's really not that cold. I thought it was going to be colder tonight. Well, Kyle filmed Biden last night about 1:30 in the morning. The live, I'm not sure. Biden's usually 5 minutes late. What's the window to the right of the street lamp? You mean the right of the chandelier? I think that's just like the foyer. That's just like where they go in.
Can you go closer?
Oh, I can open up? Yeah, 9 o'clock's over. Thanks, man. I almost stepped on a rat here the other night. I was scared. You have a good one. Do. Okay, so Pennsylvania Avenue has been reopened. Dun, 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 dun. So we get to go closer. I really would like a Tootsie Roll, but to get a Tootsie Roll, I have to go to this gas station over in Virginia because it's like the only place that sells Tootsie Rolls. They also have Chuckles. I like Chuckles, but that's like a Midwestern thing, Chuckles. There we go. Kyle Mazza, Kyle, K-Y-L-E-M-A-Z-Z-A. Kyle Mazza on Twitter is a guy who makes Twitter and YouTube videos, kind of like me, but he has a White House access pass. So he makes his videos from that side of the fence. I make the videos from this side of the fence. So Kyle, he gets good view. Oh, another helicopter. Do. And what is that helicopter? Sounds like a Mussel Flight or Black Hawk, a Nighthawk. Okay. Tootsie Rolls are yum. There are no tours right now. There's lots of rats out there in that park. Yeah, on Twitter, Kyle Mazza. I retweeted him earlier. A Tootsie Roll is the closest thing. It's like this big fudge thing. It's just like chocolate candy. It's really chew. Flight radar doesn't really show military helicopters very well. You can go to ADSB Exchange. ADSB Exchange. Look at their radar map. They show the military helicopters a little better. But a lot of people said, it does look like it's changing color, but it's really just a camera trick. A lot of people said that Donald Trump was going to speak tonight at 9 o'clock. There haven't been any tours since, pre-COVID. No, thanks for the offer of the Chuckles. I eat too much. I brought back so much candy from Sweden. It was nuts. ADSB Exchange, you got to make sure, you got to leave it on because then you get what's called TISB hits. Because military helicopters don't normally broadcast ADSB, but they do get picked up on TISB, which is like the radar, and then TISB pops up on ADSB Exchange. Have I seen Trump? Not today. But I haven't seen Biden today either. Kyle Mazza, M-A-Z-Z-A. I retweeted him. If you go to Penguin6 on Twitter, you can see I retweeted him earlier today. I just brought back a bunch of GOTS, G-O-D-T, and Blondots, or whatever, GOT and Blondots, which are these really good candies, except for the black ones. The black ones are like liquid motor oil. The flag is up all the time, as long as there's a light on it. In fact, when the White House goes dark in about 2 hours, the White House will go dark, but the flag will stay lit. You want me to zoom in on the flag? Yeah, sure. It's pretty dark though. So there's an American flag. Come on, focus. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Whoa. There we go. There's an American flag and a POW MIA flag. Yeah, ADSB Exchange is pretty. But you can also, there's a couple places you can listen to air traffic control. How do I know where they'll be? The president's schedule is published every night at midnight on Factbase, which is a Swedish website. And you just Google Biden schedule, and the first link you'll find will have the president's schedule updated every night at midnight. And if you know where to look on Twitter, you can find it earlier. Yeah, Swedish candy is really good. I can't really spot the snipers right now. It's just too dark, and the way the lighting is set up, I mean, it's very bright, and then the snipers are in the dark part. So they'd have to have like an LED light or something for me to see them. Yeah, there's a lot more people now. There's about 20 people or so. So, Nick, not a lot is happening. Not a lot happening right now. Yeah, I gotta learn how to like adjust this thing. Yeah, the black licorice from Sweden is just evil. That's what I was telling someone in Sweden. We were like commenting, like there were just so many like Swedish girls in Sweden, yeah, duh. And they're like, they all look like blonde and blue-eyed, and I was just like, you know, if you lived here and you married a blonde, blue-eyed girl, you wouldn't like think, oh, maybe I should wait for a brunette, or maybe I should wait to meet like a Hispanic girl or an Asian girl. No, it's just like all blondes. It's like just marry the first blonde you meet. But they're actually very nice. I mean, they're very friendly people. We had a lot of fun in Sweden. The Marine One landed last night about 1:30. The POW flag is flown by law signed by Trump. Trump signed a law that the Congress and the White House and a couple other places have to show the POW MIA flag. Guys, I'm gonna turn off the gimbal for a second, so it's gonna get a little bit. The Swedish embassy is down by Nancy Pelosi's house, actually. Okay, let's take this off. Okay, so we're now in the hand. I think this is going to be a little easier on this gimbal. This gimbal was just annoying me. Yeah, there's a doomsday place here. The doomsday E4s are usually around here. It's flown pretty much everywhere, the POW flag. At 11 o'clock it goes out. It has for decades. I mean, I remember first noticing that George Bush Sr. I'm kind of retired. Nancy Pelosi lives in Georgetown. I don't have any updates from Mustang Medic, just that he's still not doing that well. The best place to see a motorcade, easiest motorcade to see is the Vice President's because it's pretty regular. But the President's motorcade usually departs from the south side of the White House. So if you know what their schedule is, you can see them pretty easily. Yeah, she moved in the VP's house a long time ago. I filmed her coming out yesterday, actually. There's the TACOMO, Take Charge and Move Out planes are based. They have like a forward advance base at Pax River. Mustang Medic got very sick, Nicole, and he's still recovering. Oh, that wasn't a flashlight. Those are the scooters. These scooters have like LED lights. So when the scooters come up here, they do what? Hey, bonsoir, ça va? Marine One lands in the dark, yeah. No, thanks for that. I spy, no. Did a helicopter land at the lighthouse last night? It landed at about 1:30 this morning, Marine One. And Kyle Mazza filmed that landing. The Eisenhower building is right over there. No, this is just the iPhone 13 right now. Well, I haven't seen him speak here yet. Who's walking? Tourists come out here all the time. There's some protesters. Trump was speaking at 9. Well, 9 o'clock's come and gone. But I haven't seen anything. The White House lights do go out at 11. The building looks different. I think that's just a function of my camera. Let me just zoom in, watch. When I zoom in, it gets more white. Yeah. Not much, Joseph. Just chilling. If Marine One, I I would probably choose Marine One. It does go blurry one though because we're on a like bumpy thing, yeah, bandwidth thing. Yes, I did live here in 9/11. In fact, I visited the World Trade Center 36 hours prior to the attack. Um, my wife, my girlfriend at the time, now wife, lived in New York. I lived here in D.C. I went up for the weekend. We went to the World Trade Center Sunday night. And we ate at the Krispy Kreme donuts, and I took her to Century 21. If you've ever been to New York, you know what Century 21 is. And then on Monday, I came back to D.C., and then Tuesday was the day of the attack. KYLEMAZZA. Or you can just go to my Twitter, Penguin6. I retweeted him earlier today, so you can find it. Piano bar in Georgetown. That's cool. I'm me. There is no Marine at the door right now. We can go over there. We can actually go closer. Boys are okay. They're studying. They have a lot of homework this year. The Eisenhower building. Okay, well, we can go over there. Where's the tree to stop the plane attack? That was on the other side. The plane, the Cessna that was going after Bill Clinton was on the other side. Have you been inside the White House? Yes, I've been inside the White House. Would I ever move out of DC? Oh yeah, absolutely. I lived in Hong Kong the last 10 years. We just moved back to DC about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I guess it was. So yeah. Yes, I've been in the White House. I've been in the West Wing. Back when I worked in politics, I had friends who worked in the White House and they got me the Secret Service tour. So I have a photo of myself at the press gallery even though. So you go through this, let me just zoom in here, yeah? So this is the entrance to the West Wing, and that's where the Marine is usually stationed. There's no Marine there. You go through there, and there's like a lobby with a couple receptionists. And then I went straight in and to the left into what was known as the Roosevelt Room, which was this sort of little conference room across from the Oval Office. And it had Teddy Roosevelt's Nobel Peace Prize on the wall, which was pretty cool. And it had a picture of Teddy Roosevelt above the fireplace and Franklin Roosevelt on the side. And they said that when a Republican's in office, Teddy Roosevelt's above the fireplace, and when a Democrat comes in, they switch it to FDR being above the fireplace. So it's kind of like both Roosevelt rooms. And then across the hallway was the Oval Office. Now we couldn't go into the Oval Office, but we went down to the left and then came over to the press gallery. Is DC a no-fly zone? No, DC is not a no-fly zone, but the monuments, the White House, the Vice President's house, and the Capitol are a no-fly zone. It's called P56 Alpha, restricted zone P56 Alpha, and then the Vice President's P56 Bravo. And military helicopters can request clearance to go into the restricted zone. They just have to get cleared by air traffic control. But military helicopters do fly up the Potomac 24/7, basically. We're in DC. Here's some fire trucks coming. When you were asking me the other day, what do the signs say? They say, please keep off the fence. There are a lot of rats here. 9:30. Well, isn't it almost 9:30? Have you been near? I have not been near the movie theater. I have been to the Situation Room down in the basement, though. And I ate at the White House Mess once. I worked on Capitol Hill for a number of years, but then I went into technology, and that was more fun. There is a vice president has an office in the Eisenhower Room, but they have an office in the West Wing too. It's a ceremonial office in the thing. To DIA. I know where the DIA is, but I've never. Well, actually, I was there once. I didn't go into it. I was just in front of it because I picked up a helicopter down at Bowling Air Force Base once. Nah, there's no lots. I'm hungry too. I think it's usually lit like the first week in Christmas. Veterans Day, you go out to Arlington, there'll be a ceremony. I haven't had the chocolate chips, but I did have the White House M&Ms. So the White House has these M&Ms that come in a box. You can find them on eBay if you type like White House M&Ms. Are there agents on the roof? Pretty much, yeah, but you don't always see them. There's like these little rooms that they can sit in upstairs. Do you guys want to go to the other side, or do you want me to stay here? I mean, we can go to the south side if you want. It's not really that cold right now. You found Kyle Mazza on YouTube, okay. I don't know when this fountain was put in. Are there many cars here? No, just there's a vehicle there and there's a vehicle on the other side. They're pretty much here all the time. I don't know what's on the other side. And there's a whole bunch of Secret Service vehicles down there. The Secret Service is in charge of the security. The Marines don't actually do security. They just open the door, basically. No, I like the M&Ms. Yeah, they're pretty cool. What's on the front porch that looks like statues? I know there's some plants. There's like these mums. Like those orange things. You can just see underneath the chandelier or the lantern, there's like a orange, it's like a potted bunch of mums or something. Looks kind of like a pumpkin. The Marine is not on duty at the moment, Carol. We've done there. The other side, okay, we could go to the other side. It's going to take a little bit of a hike to get there, but I can go by the Eisenhower building if you want. This is as close as you can get. This is absolutely as close as you can get. Who guards the door? Well, the Secret Service does all the guarding, but the White House, the Marines do that. Have I been near the White House kitchen? I've been in the White House cafeteria or whatever. I don't know what kind of camera she has. You do see interviews sometimes over here. Over by the West Wing, there's like a stand-up area right over there that they sometimes interview people when they come out. Potato. There's a couple White House schedule Twitter accounts. There's also a White House, the best one though is the White House press pool accounts. And you can read the inside press pool. That's a really good one. All right, I'll tell you what. We're going to walk around the Eisenhower Executive Office building. I'm going to take you over to the south side of the White House. And we'll take a look. Yeah, sound cool? Wish I could get a scooter. How can you tour the West Wing? Joseph, I don't know if they even do that anymore. But if you know somebody who works on the White House staff, you can ask them if they can arrange a private tour of the West Wing. Now, they used to do that prior to 9/11, but I'm not sure it's still something that's offered. I really haven't checked, and I haven't known anyone. I haven't been in the country the last 10 years, so. Your brother-in-law works inside the White House. Well, you could ask him. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen anyone, to be honest. There's a Secret Service vehicle probably coming. Do-do-do. See, they all drive these same minivans. This is West Executive Avenue. There isn't really a south wing. There's north and south fronts. So, but there's east and west wing. How's it going? Over there is the Blair House. And they have these flowers out there right now for a police officer who was slain 71 years ago. The south, there isn't a south, there's the north face, the north front and the south lawn. We're heading to the south lawn. So, is this too jittery for you guys? I'm trying to walk pretty slow. This is the Eisenhower Executive Office Building. I hear people yelling. George Washington students. Oh, the alarms go off here like car alarms. I mean, there's a fence alarm, but it literally goes off all the time. Okay, you guys can watch the barriers go down. Down go the barriers. Out goes the car. And then once he leaves, the barriers go up. Oh, he's just going to park his car over here. Backup roadblock. It is a beautiful building, isn't it? It's said that Carter was talking about tearing it down because it was really kind of dilapidated. In fact, inside it's not really the most beautiful inside. It's, you know, it's an old government building, yeah. Craziest thing I've ever seen in DC. Oh, jeez. I don't really know. Rats. I mean, rats have been pretty crazy lately. Okay, so guys, we're gonna go all around. Eisenhower building, geez, when was it built? I don't know. It was like it was built for the Navy or the War Department back around the turn of the century, I think. Yeah, it was like 1880s or something like that. Oh, did I show you? Yeah, so there's a steam tunnel, by the way. So that's one of the government steam tunnels. That thing's spitting out steam pretty much, well, all the time, yeah? A lot of screaming over there. There's a sports bar over there called the Exchange. The boys are tired of this. Hey, Bill, how's it going? No fire trucks. There were actually, no, rephrase that. We did hear some fire trucks going somewhere, but we didn't see them. So, now, sounds like there's a big party nearby. We're not invited. Hey, Ireland, Scotland. So we're going to the South Lawn. A big debate about which side is the front of the White House. Someone told me they don't even declare a front, north or south. That way, no foreign head of state is ever offended if they go in the front or back exit, north or south exit. Like when it's a big formal ceremony, they come on the South Lawn and then they have like a parade and everything like that. But sometimes they just arrive on the north side. Those tunnels, Jeff, are scheduled for a major renovation. They're like 70 years old. They're dilapidated. The government, loses millions of dollars a year generating steam. And they're actually in the middle of I don't know if it's a tender process or a study about how to replace all the central boilers for all the government buildings and stuff, because it's a ton of money and they want to upgrade it to include like data telecom services between all the buildings and stuff. There's not a lot spoken about that, of the tunnels. Ugh, hang on a second. This backpack keeps falling on my arm. Both sides of... Can you tell me what is on both sides of the White House entrance on the north side? Are they decorations? There's 2 gates. Is that what you're talking about? There's 2 gate entrances to there. Have ever been to a museum on the right prior to COVID? You mean the Renwick Gallery? Yeah, it's a kind of art gallery or so. But I haven't been there in a while. Did I take any pictures of 9/11? No. This is a strange one, but I just did. I was there down on ground zero. And it just felt weird to take a photograph of it. It was something I was like, I don't really want to be reminded of this. And I never took a photo of anything on 9/11. I went to the Pentagon on 9/11. I didn't take a photo. Of course, this is the days before cell phones, so yeah. But it just felt weird to take a picture. I don't know. I mean, it was just me. I actually drive right through the Pentagon. So like my ex-girlfriend, She was like an engineer for the city of New York, and she got me up onto the roof of this building, like looking right across ground zero. It was pretty amazing. But I didn't take a picture. That's the old Corcoran Art Gallery. It's now part of George Washington University's art school. Expat means an expatriate, someone who has expatriated out of the country. Now, the converse of an expatriate is repatriate. So basically, an expatriate, is someone who is temporarily living overseas with the intent to return to their home country. So they've expatriated from their home country to another country, and then one day they'll repatriate back. Now, the short term of expatriate is expat. And it's kind of a way to describe people. Oh, he's an expat, meaning he's only here for a few years, and then they'll go back. And my wife in law school. Oh yeah, I'm a lawyer. I don't practice law though. A couple of times. Okay. I'm not, I ate so much candy today. I've got like all this Swedish candy in my house that I brought back from Sweden. And I can't stop at like 5 pieces of it. I have to eat the whole bag. So I had like, 400 calories of candy. Do I have a difficult time repatriating? Yes, I can't, I could go on repatriation. And it's rough. It is rough because, it's just rough moving. It's like being overseas for 10 years and then coming back and having to change like all the routines, like all the food I eat. Like nothing I eat now is the same as what I've been eating for the last 10 years. And it's like a big change. And I miss stuff. Like when I went to Hong Kong this summer, I was like, oh. I tell the story of my youngest kid, who didn't really remember as much of Hong Kong as we thought he would. But we walked into this grocery store and we're like wandering around, and suddenly he just like screams out, chocolate bread. And he takes off running across the grocery store right to where the chocolate bread is. They have this Japanese chocolate bread that he really loved as a kid. But it's just stuff like that, Okay, guys, we're coming up on the south side. I have not seen Elvis. I understand he's got a band with Jim Morrison. How old would Elvis be? Oh yeah, chocolate. Japanese. Like, have you ever had Hokkaido milk bread? Ooh, Hokkaido milk bread is really good. But I haven't had that in like 3 years now. Because, well, I'm here. Oh, another helicopter. Jackie Chan is actually kind of hated in Hong Kong. Because he's very pro-Beijing. And a lot of people in Hong Kong didn't really like him. I did see Chow Yun-fat, if you guys know Chow Yun-fat, if you know your Hong Kong movies. And my neighbor was Sammy. Sammy is kind of like the Madonna of Asian music. She's like mega famous. So I did see Sammy a lot. What's going on? We're walking around the south side of the White House. Going to give you a view in just a moment. Elvis would be 86, only 86, really? Wow, that's kind of young. So we are on the south side of the White House. We're going to stop at the 0 milestone here in a second. They did replace the Christmas tree, Rick, just the other day. I'll show you in a second. I have not heard from Mustang in about 2 weeks. So there's the south view of the White House. It is all lit up, but it goes dark at about 11 o'clock. People said something was going to happen at the White House tonight. Looking for anything interesting, Suzanne? Oh, lots of screaming is spoken. What else can we show you? Well, the Christmas tree is up. The White House Christmas tree. Or I'm sorry, the National Christmas tree has been replanted. We can stand on this brick. So that's the new National Christmas tree. They just planted it about 2 days ago. And it's over here across from the south lawn of the White House. Yeah.
Well, you tell me, because my son says I'm old when I take it like that. He likes to have up and downs. He's like, Mom never takes them.
All right, Deborah, yeah. We're looking for anything interesting.
Oh, we'll be out of your way in a second. Sorry.
Why did I say that? Because I started 45 minutes ago. We started this broadcast. Yeah, Jackie Chan is a sellout, pretty much. Okay. Chocolate bread is really good. So I can go up 15th Street past the Department of Treasury, or we can go back up 17th Street past the Eisenhower building. The tree that stopped the plane is just there on the left. That's the tree that stopped the plane attack. So, is someone covering the north side? I was on the north side for a bit ago. My wife is very private. She doesn't like to be on TV or anything. When Clinton was office, a guy flew a Cessna trying to ram him, but the plane hit a tree. I think he died too.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that part about the.
So what do you guys think? Should we go up the Treasury side, or should we go up the Eisenhower building? Good morning, all. Hey, how's it going, mate?
We'll do one more.
Treasury.
Sorry, I forgot. Go ahead.
I miss New Zealand fish and chips. Okay, it looks like we're going to go up the Treasury side. Let's go up the Treasury side. New Zealand Australian fish and chips are just so good. I mean, I'm sorry, Brits, but I'm like sold on Kiwi and Down Under fish and chips. So there's the new tree. Sorry, they just planted the tree 2 days ago. I think there are more people on the north side, don't you? Veterans Day. When is Veterans Day? I don't even know. Does everyone ever protest at the Treasury or Federal Reserve? No. Not that I've seen. You Google New Zealand fish and chip recipe. They make the batter really light. So you get a lot of fish in a very crisp, thin batter. And I've been told the secret is like pancake mix, that they use like pancake mix in the fish and chip batter, but I'm not sure. But my favorite is Hooked. It's a fish and chip shop in Hong Kong. If you go to hooked.hk on the internet, or just look up Hooked Hong Kong on Facebook, you can see their fish and chip shop. I do miss Kiwi fish and chips. We're going to the other side now. Is that okay? Levens. Have I ever seen Kamala Harris in person? I saw her 2 days ago getting on Marine 2. I did that, and then I saw her in her limo over the weekend getting her booster shot. But it's hard to see her because she is almost never in a Beast. She's almost always in a Suburban. And the Suburban that she used, the third row is where they sit. You know, the Suburban has 3 rows of seats. They took out, the second row of the Suburban is like a London taxi cab. It's a jump seat. It fits backwards, and they have the agents there. And the third row is where she sits. And when the Suburban goes by, unless she leans forward in her seat and sticks her face in the window, you can't see her. So it's very difficult to see Harris in her standard limousine, which is a Suburban. I see the Suburban all the time because I live up by the vice president's house, and whenever I come down to this part of town, I go past the VP, and I see the motorcade a couple times a week. Yeah, but I've only seen her in the motorcade twice, maybe, and I've seen her hand a couple times. The plane flew into the tree. That's how it stopped the attack. It was a Cessna, so it wasn't a really big plane. And it just sort of like ran into the tree and bounced off. So I was like, oops. So that's the Willard Hotel over there. Ugh. Right now it's about 50 degrees, to be honest, but there's no wind. I don't work anymore. You know, I was just thinking about the Sherman Monument here because no one's been able to get up there since 9/11, which is pretty annoying. The Willard, it's all fancy dancy tonight. Well, we haven't seen anything yet. I don't even want to look down because I'm gonna like see a rat or something. I'm not retired. I just don't really work. I mean, occasionally I work. I mean, I went to Sweden and did some work, but that's like moderate. I don't like work 9 to 5. You hear helicopters in DC. It's like rats. I mean, they're everywhere. I might hear one right now. We've seen a couple muscle flights, which are U.S. Air Force VIP transports. And if you listen, you can listen to air traffic control, you'll hear the call. So, this is the Treasury. Oh, you like the Exorcist steps we went to? I'm giving the black candy to my son's friends that he hates. It's pretty evil. That's the Treasury building. This was the Hotel Washington. You saw this in the movie Godfather 2. This is where like Michael was confronted by his wife. She's like, "It wasn't a miscarriage, Michael. It was an abortion. It was your son and I killed it because this must all end." Yeah, so that scene from the Godfather 2 was supposed to be set here in the Hotel Washington. So if you remember that movie. You can't really tour the White House right now due to COVID and everything. One day we'll go up on the roof of that building. I don't really do much. I don't really work. There are a few people out this late. There's a big restaurant right over there. A few people are over there. Oh, there's so many rats in Georgetown. It's disgusting. I used to live in Georgetown. I never saw a rat. I went away for 10 years, came back, and now Georgetown is just infested with rats. It's disgusting. Guys, if you type Popeye's chicken rat or Popeye's chicken DC rat, you guys will see the most frightening thing. There's this Popeye's chicken that was just infested with rats, and the delivery guy was delivering food and there were rats everywhere. So he put it on his TikTok, and then the guy got fired, or he's suspended by his delivery company for posting this video that saved people from eating rats, basically. Why don't I work anymore? Why should I work? I don't want to work. I only work if it's like for me. I don't want to work for other people. Not much on the embassies. Both kinds, corn and soybeans. And then sometimes we had fields that went fallow for government subsidies. We're just checking out the White House, George. Something's supposed to happen. Some people said something might happen at 9 o'clock, but we haven't really seen anything. I had my own company for a while, and once I started my own company, I realized I would like never work for anyone again. Which isn't true. I still do some work for people now and then, but I just like, why should I work to make other people rich? Just didn't make any sense. What was that dog we heard me bark? I don't know. I'd like to get it. How much is the White House worth? You know, there's actually some websites that are trying to calculate the value of the White House, given the property value. Entrances to the tunnels. Well, there's the steam tunnels over there we just showed you. All right, who has a $10 bill? If you have a $10 bill, flip it over, yeah? And if you have, no, this is not the White House though. I mean, it looks like the White House, but it's not. This is the Treasury. So if you have a $10 bill, flip it over and you'll have the same view, yeah? This is the same view as the back of a $10 bill. And this is the Treasury. And over there is the Treasury Annex. So there is a tunnel that runs from the White House to the Treasury, and then from the Treasury under this street to the Treasury Annex. And then from the Treasury Annex is this alleyway. This alley is known as the President's Secret Escape. If for some reason, I don't know, aliens attack the White House, he could sneak in the tunnel over here, then sneak in the tunnel over there, and then get out through a back alley out into city traffic. Yeah, I mean, if you Google President's Secret Alley, you can find it. They have it. Well, you can see inside the Treasury tonight. It's pretty.
I'm ready for it.
I was thinking about that movie, was it Mars Attacks? Yeah, Mars Attacks, because the aliens got inside the White House. I don't know how much the U.S. Treasury building is worth. Probably about the same as the White House, because it takes up about the same amount of land. And it's pretty choice real estate. I mean, we're right downtown D.C. So like 16 acres or something like that. Yeah. Don't know. This is the new fence. It's 14 feet high. What, did you just watch the Popeye's chicken video? Is that what traumatized you? Yeah, if you go watch that DC Popeye's chicken video, man, that'll freak you out. Shudder. Trust fund kid. No, I was not a trust fund kid. In fact, I grew up pretty poor, actually. It wasn't until I got to college that I realized you weren't supposed to wash your hair with Joy soap. Because my mom always just washed my hair with dishwasher soap. And I had this lemony fresh hair most of high school. It was squeaky clean and lemony fresh. Then I got to college and people are like, dude, that's dishwashing soap. I'm like, hey, what are you supposed to use? And they're like, shampoo. I'm like, what's that? Squeaky clean, lemony fresh. Soap is soap. Alrighty, guys. Squeaky clean, yeah. Boy, that really hurt when it got in your eyes, though. Joy soap in your eyes. Oh, man, that was so... National Portrait Museum. Yeah, we were there about a couple weeks ago, right? They're probably on the roof. We just don't see them right now. It's hard to see on the roof, to be honest. Yeah, my mom saved money. Favorite part of D.C.? I don't know. The White House is usually lit up until about 11 o'clock. There are no Marines on duty at the moment. They're only on duty, well, sort of. The water looks brown, but it's actually just the lighting, yeah. There is I believe there's a couple platoons of Marine that are on duty. It's water, it's just the lights are kind of orange. And the back is kind of white, so it just kind of makes it look dirtier than it is. I think there's only 4 Marines in the White House at any one time, but there's a couple platoons at the 8th and I who are on duty. Why are the interior lights never on? There's some on. But I think part of it is security too. I mean, a lot of these rooms are just empty. This is like the White House kitchen. There's a light on in that room. That second window from the right, there's a light on in there. And I don't know if there's a light there. It looks kind of dark. But most of these rooms are ceremonial. Yeah. These are like the ballroom, the east dining room. You know, there's not really much going on there. The only part that they live in is up the second floor on the other side is the bedrooms, the study, and that's kind of where they are. Bar soap. Man, that must have been harsh. My dad still lives in the Midwest, yes. So, all right. So what time is it now? I should probably go home. My wife's probably going to yell at me. 9:52. What are the front top windows? I know that the kitchen and dining room is over here. This is like the top foyer. There's like a landing. There's like this grand staircase that goes up there. There's like a landing there. I don't know what's over there. That's like the Lincoln bedroom is over there or something. Oh, lemony fresh. It is brown looking, but it's just kind of the lights, really. The lights are kind of brown. Someone's supposed to have it at 9. Yeah, we'll go on a trip. I don't know where we're going to go next. So, hey, Missouri. All right, so, well, I don't know. It's 2. There's actually an attic there. When Barron used to live in the 3rd floor. There's like a bedroom on the 3rd floor, and it's kind of like an attic, and Barron used to live up there. Are there vicious dogs? No, the dogs are actually pretty chill. Yeah, my son played on the same soccer team as Barron Trump. And so like when Barron was practicing, there would be like 3 Secret Service teams with like Suburbans patrolling the field and stuff. And it was funny. He had a game, and he was a much better tennis player than he was a soccer player. But I remember they were telling me there was a game, and he finally scored his first goal for the club. And they said the Secret Service agents went ape. The Secret Service agents were like screaming and cheering like his older brother. You're like, way to go, Barron! Stick it in there, yeah! Secret Service was like all stoked that Barron finally scored a goal, and they got along with him pretty well. He was a very nice kid. He was huge though. He stood next to my son, and it was like he's like 3 feet taller than my son. It was just so huge. It was crazy. There was a jet that just went by. I don't hear any helicopters right now. We've done seeing some. He's really tall. My friend's son went to school with him, and this is a sad story. He was playing tennis once for the school, and like some parent from the other school was like screaming at him as he's playing tennis. Your dad is a bum. I hate your dad. Da, 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 da. And the other parents are like, dude, let the kid just play tennis. He is who he is, you know? But no, this guy was just like, no, no, no. The other parents were like, get off the court, man. It was really messed up. It was just not right. Yeah, it wasn't right. I work for YouTube. I guess so, yeah. He must be 10 foot tall. He is really tall. So, all right, guys. Well, I tell you what, we've been here an hour, and I don't think anything's really going to happen, yeah. So, I'll tell you what, tomorrow morning I got to go out to my country place for the morning, but I'll come on later in the day, and we'll try to do a video sometime tomorrow. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. The Marines are not at the door right now. Wait till 10? How long is that? What time is it? The kid should be asleep by now. 4 minutes? All right, we'll wait till 10 o'clock, okay? Am I going to the World Cup? No, don't know. I don't know. Why would we were going to go to the Euros last year? I mean, before COVID, but sort of thing. 10:06. Yeah, I see. I got protesters. That's the guy who lives here. Secret Service have seemed to have chilled out a bit. There's not as many of them anymore. No, that's the POW MIA flag there. Black Lives Matter Plaza's over there. Hey, Bill, you still here? I hear fire trucks back there. Don't know what it is, though. Well, we haven't seen anything. Oh. I don't really follow the Mexican League. I mean, I know some of the teams. I know, like, Cruz Azul and whatever, but I don't really follow the Mexican League that often. I'm a season ticket holder to Arsenal, some of you know that. So I follow Arsenal pretty heavily. I don't get over to London very much, though, anymore. It does look kind of that fountain. I think the lights are just kind of I actually think that not all the lights are turned on right now. Hmm. 11 o'clock. I can't stay that late. My wife will kill me. My wife's already mad at me for coming out already. But I'm hungry. There's a tour group coming over on my left. We could go to JF Hoover. He lived up in Northwest, kind of. What other story can I tell you? I could tell you about the time I snuck into the White House. I told you guys that once in a video, right? How I snuck into the White House. We'll do that for, look, that'll kill a few minutes. Mustang Medic is pretty ill, so he's still recovering. So you may remember 20, 30 years ago, the Norwegians negotiated a peace treaty between Israel and the Palestine Liberation Organization. And Bill Clinton decided to host on the South Lawn the signing of this peace treaty. This was a historic event. This was massive. I mean, this was something the whole world was watching. So I was working for the congressman at the time, and we got a phone call from the White House saying they're going to sign a peace treaty. Shimon Peres, Yasser Arafat, South Lawn. The congressman is invited, and the congressman can bring his spouse. Well, the congressman's spouse was out of town that week, and our chief of staff was like, hey, you want to go? I'm like, well, they said it's a spouse. I'm not married to the congressman. Well, tell them you're their son. I'm like, what? So she picks up the phone, she calls the White House, and she's like, the congressman's spouse is not available, but the congressman's son is here. Could the congressman's son attend? The White House is like, yeah, sure. So next morning, this bus shows up at the Capitol, and I go over there, and the congressman's like, just say you're my son. Just say you're my son. I'm like, okay. And so I show up, the security's like, who are you? I'm like, I'm the congressman's son. And they're like, does the White House know? And we're like, yeah, we told the White House. And they're like, okay. So we get on the bus, yeah? And then the bus drove us to the South Lawn. We go in the South Lawn. It opens up, and nobody checks us. Nobody checks who we are. I mean, it was all congressmen, yeah? And we came in this big bus with police escort and everything like that. But there was like no checks. So the congressman's like, go find a seat. I'm like, sweet. So I went wandering into the back. You know, I didn't go up in the front because all the congressmen and all the politicians were up front. I went back in the back, and I ended up sitting next to these four guys, two of who were priests. And it was the president of Georgetown University, the president of George Washington University, the president of Howard University, and the president of Catholic University. And they were all sitting together. And I sat next to them. And I started talking to the president from Howard University. And I was like, hey, if I go to Howard University Law School, could I get a minority scholarship? He just laughed. He's like, no. I'm like, okay. But I would have been a minority at Howard University. Anyway, so I sat back there. I got to watch the historic handshake between Perez and Yasser Arafat, and took a picture with my crappy little camera at the time. But I was there. I was there when the handshake took place. T.S., I can't stay that late, I'm sorry. So, anyway, that's the time I snuck into the White House. One time how much time do I have left? I got a minute. It's 10:01. One time I got attacked by the woman who was protesting here. That was kind of wild too. All right, guys, it is 10:01. The live cam is fake. There's a car about to drive by. If you're watching the live cam, you might see a car go by. I do still have that picture, actually. I should post that sometime. Actually, you know what? I'll do that. I'll go out to my house tomorrow. I'll take a picture of that if I can find that photo of the handshake from far, far away. That's a Secret Service car. So if you're watching the White House webcam, maybe you saw that police car just go across. Maybe you didn't. It's like a 30-second delay. Oh, so I was going to the White House to see Marine One land. My buddy who worked at the White House got me in to see Marine One land. And I was walking across this sidewalk, and I was dressed pretty well. I had like an overcoat on, suit, tie, la la la. And there's this woman here, she starts mumbling to herself, bastard, and then she just comes up and just like shoves me. I'm like, what the hell, lady? So I shove her back, and then I kept walking. And then I go over to the gate right over there, and I'm like, yeah, that crazy lady attacked me. And the Secret Service is like, yeah, she does that. I'm like, okay. Anyway, we went in and saw Marine One land. It's like, okay. This was Bush Senior. This was back in Bush Senior thing. So, no, they didn't charge. This was the old president. Okay, guys, that's about it for tonight, I think. You saw what I saw. You can be the judge of what you saw. Thanks a lot for watching, though. I'm going to go home now after I get a Tootsie Roll or some Chuckles or something like that. I will catch you all later. Thanks for this. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the button and we'll do more of this. All right, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.